something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, with everything.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna be on my practice hand, and I'm gonna be showing y'all how I achieved some shellac coffin nails, but they're not really too coffin, but yeah. So I'm taking this shellac nail off because I just tested that color last night, and excuse me for my index finger because I don't have the little tan thing that goes around it. I lost it somehow when I was practicing, and y'all might see it, but these things fall off so easy when you're practicing. So right now I'm just going in with my clippers. I use either one that I just showed y'all, honestly, but the other one is faster, so you probably don't see me use that. But I'm clipping it down to get a natural nail shape, because you can't have it like that when you put your nail tips on. And after that, I'm just gonna file it to get more of a natural shape where it's not too harsh on the ends or on the sides where it's super pointy. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to get as natural as possible. And after that, I'm gonna file on top of it to get a rough base for when I apply my nails. Okay, so I'm about to take my sanding bands. This is what I meant when I said filing on top. This was an old sanding band, and the ones that I showed y'all in the bag, those are like really coarse. And when I say coarse, they're like really hard, and I don't like to use the super hard ones on people's natural nails. So, or this one, because it makes like a real hard noise with the plastic, and it just doesn't seem like something I want to use. So I'm gonna get new ones. And I got other stuff on the way in the mail. As y'all can see, I got my table finally. And yeah, so I'm just going over the top right now to get that rough base for when I apply the nails. Because if you try to apply nails without doing this part on, especially on the practice hand, it's not gonna stick. Like, it's just not going to. So yeah, so I'm dusting off the dust, and I'm just trying to get into good habits when I practice so that I do it when I have a client, but you guys should do too. And right now I'm about to show y'all what you should and shouldn't have on your nails. So I did these on my own, and on the right you see that my acrylic goes over my cuticles, which is what you don't want, and on the left it doesn't. And you know, this finger right here is actually pretty good, like as far as having the acrylic above your cuticle. But like I said, I did these on my own, so it was pretty hard, and they look a little rusty dusty because, you know, your girl been practicing and getting acrylic all on her nails. But I can show y'all what they looked like before. Alright, so this is what they look like before, and you know, I did pretty good for me to be doing my own. But back to this. So I'm just putting glue on top of the nails, and I wouldn't do this with an actual client, well, unless I had to. But if you see me putting a lot of glue, it's only because it's really hard to get these tips to stay on to the practice hand. Like, this junk is the most ghetto thing I ever seen. Like, practicing with this is so hard. So I don't really know how to explain how I'm putting the tips on, but if you're a visual learner, you kind of understand. Like, I'm not putting it on, just plopping it on. I'm placing it a certain way. So just really pay attention to that part, because I really don't know how to explain it. But yeah, so I'm putting all of these tips on, and then I'll get right back to y'all. next I'm going in by filing. And one thing I did learn while I was actually recording this video is how to shape better. So when you're getting a coffin look, think about filing vertically. Like don't try to turn in your file, because it's gonna get you a different type of shape that you don't want. Like when you see me, look at how I'm going straight up and down. Like that's how I'm achieving more of a coffin look. And I can't wait until the next time I do somebody's actual nails, because even when you get a shape on these practice nails, it kind of doesn't really show. So yeah, but that's how I'm achieving more of a coffin look. And you know, if you shape a little to the side too much and all of that other stuff, you're gonna accidentally get a shape that you don't really want, and you want your shaping to be really crispy. If you get what I'm saying, like just real sharp and crisp. So after that, I'm kind of just, you know, doing everything else on my own. Get into habits of using your file vertically. Like you don't really see my file going too sideways when I'm filing. So, you know, just practice as much as you can. Practice makes perfect. Like you really come a long way when you practice, I promise. Now I'm just going in with my dehydrator and my protein bond. I guess that's what it's called. I didn't know what it was called last video. But I'm gonna use this even though I don't really have to, because it's not a real client. But like I said, you want to get into good habits. So I'm putting on my dehydrator first. And they say to leave that on for like 3 to 4 seconds or something like that. And then you go in with your protein bond, which is, like I said, the adhesive to make sure that your nails stay. And if you have lifting, this will help you not have lifting anymore. That, and not overdoing your acrylic over your cuticles. That's something that, you know, helps. So after that, I'm taking my monomer and I'm putting it in my little glass container thing. And we're about to go right on in with this acrylic. Okay, so I got this Glam & Glitz milky white powder on mine, and then I have that white powder that I used in my last video, which sucked. And then I got my brush that I ordered at the same time as my powder and my UV light. And I love this brush, I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'm dipping in my monomer, only wiping off the monomer on one side of the brush, just so it has enough on one side to get a good bead. And then I place it on the nail and kind of just hurry up and drag it down, so that way it sets in like a good way, not too lumpy or anything like that. I don't know how to explain that part, but you just want to hurry up and drag it down. And then I'm cleaning up a little bit on the sides. Doesn't have to be too perfect, because you still have to go in and file again. But you know, if you're a visual learner, you'll pretty much learn from what I'm doing. And not all of my beads are perfect, so if you see me tweaking a little bit, that's why. So, you know, I'm trying to hurry up and get that in place by the cuticle as close as I can before it dries. And then I just hurry up and drag it down. Make sure you get on the sides too, so you can try to keep the foundation of your shape. Because if you lose your shape, it's going to be so much filing and drilling that you have to do, which you want to just save your time on. And yeah, so this wasn't a perfect nail, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not really focused on it, but yeah. And I'm getting the acrylic out of my brush. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand when my acrylic gets stuck in the brush. And I learned to just hurry up and get that out, because if it dries in there, your brush will be messed up. And I had to buy so many brushes so far, and it's just not cool. So yeah, this is an example of a kind of too wet bead. Like, it's kind of dripping everywhere. And I just have to hurry up and fix it. So when it drips like that, you can kind of bring it up that way. Yeah, so I'm just cleaning that up. Well, once again, I'm just going on the sides or whatever, and trying to just make sure that the shape is still in place, because I just learned a lot from that part. And yeah, so after that, I'm just gonna go in again and get a good bead. I try to make sure that my powder is as flat as I can, have it in the container, because it just mess up your bead a little bit when you don't have it flat. So that's why I shake it up a little bit. And then this was not a perfect bead either. I was struggling, y'all. I'm trying to get used to having a bigger brush, because I was having like these little beauty supply store brushes that was like not doing me no justice. So yeah, I'm just fixing this up, and then like I said, just watch how I'm placing the beads. I kind of let it sit on there for a little bit first and then drag it down. Like, don't just pat it on there and all that other stuff. And then I think I'm gonna do one more nail after this one, and after that I'm just gonna fast forward to where I'm at. And yeah, so just watch and stay tuned. Okay, now that I'm back from doing all of my applying all of my acrylic, I'm going in with filing. And like I said, you want to just keep filing up and down to achieve this coffin shape. You want to do this actually with any shape, for real. Like, well, besides like almond and stiletto. With stiletto, you can bring it in an angle, but when you got coffin, you just want to keep bringing it straight up and down. Like, I can't express this enough, because I really learned that today. Like, you really have to. And my shaping could have came out a lot better, but I'm gonna really try that on my next person. My next client, and we're gonna see how that comes out. But I feel like I'm learning pretty fast. Every time that I'm coming to y'all, I'm learning something new too. So that's why it's good for you to practice. I promise. It's so good, so good, so good. So keep practicing if you are doing nails. So I'm showing y'all as I learn through my journey. It's only been a month, but I'm coming a long way. Okay, so next I am going to drill my nails with a sanding band, which I really probably shouldn't use a sanding band. Like, I'm not professional, but this helps me out because it kind of like flattens out the shape that I want, if you get what I'm saying. yeah, so I'm gonna use my sanding band first, and then I'm gonna take a different bit, and I don't know what these bits are called, but you're gonna see like it's a different part and it looks more circled. And then after that, I'm gonna come in with another bit that's like flat without the sanding band on it, if you know what I'm saying. So I use 3 different bits to get the shape that I want, and yeah. Y'all are finna see is, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I was trying to get my C curve, and you're supposed to fall in the inside too to get that little curve in the inside, and I broke off the damn finger. Excuse my language, but I broke it off. Like, I was so frustrated because it was so hard to get it back in, and when you see me come back in with it, because I finally fixed it, I had to come off the camera, but it took me about 15 minutes to fix it, and you're gonna see I messed up my thumb. Trying to fix it and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm going in the inside to get some of this acrylic. You know, you don't want your acrylic in the inside like that, so I'm just coming to pick it up with these little, I don't even know what this nail tool is called. I need to stop giving y'all tutorials until I figure out what everything is called, because this is so ghetto. But yeah, so I'm fixing that up, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I filed a little bit more, and I got a coffin shape, but with these nails, I just don't like how like the shape be coming out. So yeah, and I'm putting my shellac on top of these white nails. I could have used clear acrylic, but I just wanted to use this white just to see how it comes out, the quality and all of that. And yeah, so I'm going in with my blue shellac, and this shellac came from Beetles gel polish. Everything that I get that you probably see in this video is from Amazon. Like literally everything, whether it's my drill, my polish, my practice hand, my primers, my everything. I get it from Amazon. And if it's not from Amazon, it's from Beauty Supply, because those are the only 2 places I know. I let it sit in my UV light. I missed the thumb on purpose because I was just going to exclude my thumb from the whole video. Like, it made me so mad that I messed up my hand trying to fix it. But yeah, so I'm fixing it all up. I finally did the thumb, even though it made me mad, but fixing it all up. And this is pretty much my finished product. And I wish that I had an actual client for this nail set, because it could have came out a lot better on somebody else's hand. I just don't like the way practice hands do me. But yep, this is a finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed.